and just I'm going to do a test and see if you can hear me or not. Oh, on the YouTube? Yeah. Okay, it shows I'm live right now. Yeah, it is. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna mute the phone and then. Yeah. Okay, can you hear me now? Test.
Okay, if you are talking, it's like a whisper. I don't know if you're talking or not.
How about now? Can you hear me now? How does this sound? Okay, I got you on the phone now. Could you hear anything in channel? A little bit better?
No, I mean, it was real low. Like, see, there's a delay, I guess, and I can hear you talking again now.
Okay, how's this sound? I got the volume up a little higher now. How's this?
Yeah.
Test. Is that good?
Man, I got you all the way up. I can't.
Okay, hang on 1 second, Joe. Okay, I think that fixes it right there. How's this?
Fixes it right there. How's this?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me? Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, good. So we're good to go. We got about 4 minutes left until we open here. Let me get your.
Okay, good. So we're good to go. We got about 4 minutes left until we open here. Let me get your. Okay, good.
All right, Joe. You may want to go ahead and mute the volume on the YouTube because it's working now. So.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. All right, I'm gonna get out of it. Okay.
Oh yeah, let me get into the thing here. 1 sec. All right, guys. We if anybody's in the channel, we got about 3 minutes left before we start. So I'm gonna get Joe going here. Hang on 1 sec.
Hold on, I'm gonna text you something.
There we go. All right, let me open this. All right, and then you'll text me your okay. All right, cool, got it. Let's see. Let me connect and. All right, I got you up there, Joe, so go ahead and pull up your chart, and then I'll move it over, and whoops, there we go. All right. Wow. What you got? Oh, you got a rising wedge, and now you got a falling wedge. Look at that.
Yeah. And both of them are playing out, just as they are expected,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Folks that are Googling, oh, man, we're going to the moon right here. Well, that was setting up to drop you, back to the ground. And then this one right here, hopefully, will take us to the promised land, or at least get us a little ways up. Anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like, because I knew last night, I knew when I was looking at that stochastic RSI, I knew this thing was going to pull back. It ran up a little bit too quick. But yeah, it's looking much better right now.
Yeah, it's healthy. We're holding in the top, top third, maybe top 25% of that candle yesterday. A little tighter here, and then right now we're right here because we're starting, a new candle that started, 7 p.m. Central Time. And kind of off topic, you get people asking all the time, what do you mean by a daily candle is 24/7? There's no days. Well, I don't want to say this, but this is what I'm thinking. Each one of these days is one 24-hour period of trading. So where I come from, they call that a daily candle. So anyway,
absolutely.
That's what we're dealing with. So yeah, we broke out, and sometimes, the candle even come down and retouch this trend line, bottom trend, especially if it's at a different type of angle. This this pretty steep angle here, so we may or may not come back and retest it. So anyway, we're trading right here. Obviously, everyone, if you hadn't seen the price, that's Bitcoin. I think it'll be all engines on, ready to go. If we get a daily close over 7,400. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then let me pull it in by ourselves with the board. And yeah, see, 7,400 is just like right here, this line right above it. So we're not too far from it. And still, one of your indicators from the other day, that 50, as you see my charts today, I took off the 12 EMA, and I just have the 20, which is the red, and the 50, which is the green. Then, we've been under it, the 50, the 20 crossing under the 50, up here, and we just kind of been trending under it, almost trying to get over it here, but still under it. So, to set up, the more factors you have on your side, the better. So, if we get one factor number one, if we get a close over that 7,400, and as you're seeing now, that 50 on the 4 hours coming down pretty close to that 7,400. So one, get a close over that 7,400. Number two, factor close over that 50 moving average. See, we never could do it. Let me pull it up so everyone can see. We hit it, and we just, on Bitcoin anyway, we never could close over it. So that was a strong indicator that we were pretty weak. And then these wicks up here were saying we were weak too.
Oh, yeah.
If you're trying to trade it sort target above, and then boom, what do you got? You have this area right here where you get all these indicators on top of each other, the way they're supposed to run. You know, that's a scenario that could happen. Now, if we get a daily close, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, we get a daily close under, let me put this up, under 7,200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're looking at maybe retesting that 7,000, obviously, maybe 6,800. But the bottom of that, if people online can see that purple dashed line, that's at the low of this candle that was today. You know, Wednesday and then Thursday. This is starting Thursday's candle right now. But anyway, today's candle, I get a close under it, like tomorrow or, you know, or Friday, that it has a big trade inside of it, you know, this level up to here, then, you know, I think that just saying it's accumulation, and we should, you know, bulls might have a chance of taking it up. So, anyway, any questions on, you know, Bitcoin or that, or yes, absolutely, you know. And then again, you know, the hourly, we're actually set up decent. You know, we're above the 50 and the 20 is above the 50. As you can see, it's coming down hard. You know, a couple more hours like that, you know, by 10 o'clock or so, if it doesn't start, we don't get a rally going pretty quick and get over that 7,400, which is right, you know, right here, right where that 20 is. If we don't get over there quick, all this is going to cross down. We could come back and test that line at, you know, the high 7,200. But we'll, you know, we'll hide and watch and see what happens.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting because that moving average you're showing is the 10 EMA on the daily chart, which, in my opinion, and I'll slide my chart over just real quick. Is that there we go. So we had the big bullish engulfing candle, okay? And then we got up here and tested the 78.6 and got rejected. Well, the 10 EMA was sliding down as well, okay? And it got rejected with it too. So the key is to get past that 10 EMA and then break through. I mean, let's just put it this way. We need to get through 7,500, right?
Yeah.
We need to get through 7,500.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need to get through that area to sustain. And I believe it will, okay? I mean, I always hate making calls, but I think it will. I mean, the way things are kind of lined up, I think where we're going to go is we're going to go up here around 7,800. I think that's going to be the, you know, that's going to be the big area to watch.
Right.
So anyway, I'll take that out of there and let you continue on there, sir.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm right there with it. We just have to pan out and see and go to the next big guy here, Etherium, put it on the daily, just take everything off and clean it up. And 50's coming down crossing, the 20's coming down crossing the 50. I wish it's the other way around. And that's not too good. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You really don't want that. You want the opposite, like right here, you know, the 20 coming up through the 50. But anyway, again, it's kind of like Bitcoin. Now, what I didn't like on Ethereum starting yesterday was that we never got a close over the previous candle. Does that make sense? It wasn't a bullish engulfing like Litecoin. And let me show percentage-wise above the previous day's candle. So that's pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
not playing with that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back on Ethereum, basically it's almost a mirror of Bitcoin, quite honestly. So let me put the stuff back. This is kind of what I had going. And this was that pivot from over here that was resistance, and then we finally broke through it right here. So I was going to see if that would hold this up, and it tried to trade above. That little red line is where we are now, trading the prices. That little red line right there, dash line. It's just right under the purple line.
Yeah.
But again, this candle that we're on right now, let me hide all that. Candle we're on right now today, or tomorrow for tomorrow's candle. Yeah, we want to stay, hopefully close, if it closes, above the bottom of today. And even if it does a little bit, we haven't taken out the low lows yet, you know what I mean?
Right.
We only got down here, so and we're still, I'd say 50% above the candle now. Kind of off the top of it, there's a lot of talk about EOS and something with migrant mining or something. I kind of listen out for that stuff, but I'm mainly interested in Litecoin and two or three other altcoins. I'm not really into the EOS deal, but if there's another hiccup in EOS, or they find something shady that was going on with those guys, Ethereum could rocket. I mean, you could be back up. I think you could be back up to $1,000 in a heartbeat.
Well, didn't Charlie Lee come out and say something about EOS kind of negative, I thought?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't know the quote exactly, so I was kind of hesitant, but you're right, yeah. I'll have to look that up. But,
yeah, it sounded a little negative to me when I saw it. But,
and also Ripple, too, didn't he? I mean, he's like coming out.
Yeah.
He's throwing, Charlie, he's ready to throw down with some people out there.
Yeah, he is. He really is. I mean, he's really, like you said, he's throwing it down and
well, I think he's trying to clean up. Well, that might be the wrong term. Let me retract that. I think he's trying to show the comparison to coins that the one he was referring to was already mined. In other words, everything was done, and they started selling the coins. And somehow, some way, the way he was explaining it, the guy was like a multi-millionaire, basically, when right at the point he started selling the coins, and Charlie Lee was saying, hey, man, this dude's got more money than I do now,
Right.
Or even when he had all the Litecoin stuff, because of the way he did it, Charlie, I guess, was more, I don't know, textbook type, doing it, ethically or whatever. That might be too strong a word in comparison, but anyway, he chose a different route to do it, I guess, for the technology, the industry, the sector. Charlie did his a little bit differently and didn't take any shortcuts, I guess, to get, to the promised land of the big money. So
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, so you got there's your Ethereum chart, okay, and that's your 1 hour. I'm going to throw over and I posted on Twitter, and here's what I saw today. All three, almost every one of them, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and it was almost like a broken record with all of them. But it was like the same thing, and I'll show you. Hang on here. Let me go ahead, and I'm just going to move yours out of the way here just for a sec. But so here we go. We got, and I'll do it on a 4 hour. Okay, so this yellow line right here is the 50-day moving average, and you can see where I got Litecoin up right now. And so Litecoin couldn't get above it. 50-day acted as resistance. Now the 20-day moving average is acting as resistance. Okay? You go over to Ethereum, and it's the same thing. 4-hour chart. The yellow line is the 50-day moving average. It got rejected right there. And now it's just right here with these smaller moving averages, the 10 and the 20. They're just kind of like trying to cross each other, and they don't know what to do. And so it almost looks like it's trying to build up steam to make a move higher. But again, the 50-day moving average. And then Bitcoin. Same thing. It got rejected today at the 50-day moving average and the 78.6 retracement. So stochastic RSI, it's you know, there's still 3 hours or almost 4 hours before this candle closes, but it almost looks like it's trying to hook up and make another move, but you can't assume anything, right? Not in this market. So, but that's kind of what I was seeing. I mean, it just all three of them, that 50-day moving average was just blocking everything. So, interesting stuff. Really interesting. Okay, Joe, I got you back up.
Okay. Well, let me just hit the daily. Okay. Drop my mic. Anyway, let me click it back to the daily. Litecoin. Let me put everything on there. Okay, there we go. Everything's on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing, but we didn't. I guess you could do this a little differently now because before I had it a little bit more through here. You know what I mean? And it made it a real good. Made it a real good descending, wedge that we broke out of. But I'll set it up a little bit different because I want a clear break out of this, which we continue. It'll be, a wedge back down in here. But anyway, looks like to have a clear break out of it. And again, same thing, I'd already had this purple line down here. We got to stay above it, so we're just grinding in here, back between 115 and 120, really. So we get to close over 120. That might break the bulls out, and then we have a ways to go. We hit the 20 moving average up here. Generally, the 20 is your first, state of resistance, and 124. Remember about a week ago or so, at 124 was beaten too. But anyway, let me go to the 4-hour chart. Same thing. As you can see where we're trading at right in here. And that little red line is, this kind of their timestamp that's going up and down. But you can see it's underneath all this resistance. Now that at first that price was support, but none of it went through. Now it's resistance. See all this? That was support. It came down, jumped up. This big green candle came down, jumped up, and then it never went below it until we got way over here. What was that, Sunday, I think? Anyway, all the days run together. But anyway, that's where we are now. So I don't think anything, I'll just, kind of chart school stuff for people. I don't think anything's a buy until we can get back over this, what's now resistance, which used to be support. And went from there. So if I was trading it, I don't know. Then we had this little spinning top here. If it had been a full candle, or this one, this is beautiful. How we trended back down that bull flag, and then if that would have closed towards the top of the candle like this one, then we'd probably be 130, 140, whatever by now. Just kind of give you the idea how these things set up. And then again, there's your 50, there's your 20, and if we keep trading sideways, at some point, these are going to converge, and maybe they can, jump the river and try it up and then you'll be on top of both of them, and we can go up. But I don't know, personally, if I wasn't in now already or whatever, I probably wouldn't get in until, we cleared that 20 and 50.
Totally agree. Totally agree with you.
I don't know. I don't want to, like you were saying the other day about being a hero jumping in,
There's no sense, because this really, I mean, this could be a bull trap. It could be.
Yeah. I'm very cautious.
Right?
Yeah.
So the only thing that kind of makes me think that it's, and now I'm looking at your chart right there, and I'm just going to take your mouse real quick. But, so right there, see that little move right there on the 1 hour? That almost looks like a bear flag. Yeah. So, anyway, that looks like a bear flag. So, this could have another leg, and we might retest the ultimate lows, because it's having problems with that moving average you got right there. Is that a 20?
Yeah, the green's a 50, actually.
Or 50, okay.
Yeah, the green's a 20.
Okay.
And, that's what I was saying. At some point, they're going to converge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And see, there we are again. What's this? This is the red line. I don't know if they can see that little red line, but anyway, it goes all the way, like on the 4 hour, it goes all the way back here. And all that's resistance sitting there. It's just the weight of the world sitting right there.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get up and above.
Mm-hmm.
And then also see right here, 1, 2, 3 times, 3 different hour periods. Matter of fact, this candle, I was watching it today, it actually got above it. It came all the way down here, and then went right back to the top above it, just barely spinning up here.
Yeah.
And then melted down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just the rest of the day, it just couldn't get above it.
Yeah. That looks like a definite bear flag right there. It sure is.
Well, I'm just going to erase everything, and once I can draw this back. Yeah, if you drew it out, something like that. And,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
you could draw it 2 different ways. It's like a bear flag, or it's a rising wedge in a downtrend. So either way, Either way, it's not bullish. Let's put it that way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guard is up right now for sure. It's just one of those. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So
there was something I was going to show you guys before I forget.
Yeah, let me
come back to that.
Yeah,
it was ADA. Let me put this ADA. See that I hadn't touched this since the last live stream that we did. That being support, and then right here a little bit of support, then dropped through, and finally kind of got over it, and then we're back on top of support again, and which is good. And then if someone's sitting there now going, well, when would you get in? I'd probably wait for another low, and I just don't feel good about getting in, sitting right underneath these moving averages. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, here's kind of what I'll point out. Let me just kind of take your mouse for a second. I'm going to scroll out just a little bit. But
I think we need to, as we go, and this is not financial advice, it's just a couple of guys just on here for entertainment.
Exactly, guys. Yeah, we're not financial advisors, so disclaimer out there for everybody. I think I've got that in my description on the channel, but we're not financial advisors, okay? So
yeah, we know a lot more than those guys.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right.
But no, I think when we're looking at charts, if that's what the people want, I'm just kind of talking between us in front of everybody. But maybe tell them, hey, this is where I would take a first position,
right?
And then if things are going down, this is where I'd take start getting
Well, here's kind of what I was going to point out on your ADA chart, and this is just how I eyeball things. But you got this big downtrend right here, okay, and now it's made a bottom, right, and so it's hooking up, and now it's coming back, and it's like it's trying to retest this bottom over here because it wants to see if that's for real, People are basically saying, okay, is that a real bottom? Well, the bounce that we're getting off right here would indicate that it's possible that is the bottom. Okay, and so Elliott waivers, I can do a little bit. I don't like it because there's too many variables. But if I was eyeballing this, I could go, okay, well, it made this downtrend right here, but then you got a up move for, and I would say it could be something like this. Down move, obviously you got this impulse move, and that's a third wave right there. And then you got an up move, which could be the start of one, and then a correction, or an A, and then a correction down to B, and then a C move could take it up here.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, and that's just basically all that's doing is correcting this down move. It's a correction. It's correcting this big, huge down move. So you got A, B, C, and you're basically just correcting that move. And then who knows what the heck happens? It could go all the way to the trash can for all I know. I don't know.
Right, but at the same time, if Bitcoin catches a bid, that's a very good possibility. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know if they can see all these altcoins over here, but yeah, that was one of the better ones today. Like DigiBuy is still kind of hanging in there, inside bar. As long as we're inside this, red candle here, you're kind of just neutral. And then a break above this resistance, you're more bullish, etc. Break below it, then you might. If we break below that, there's not really a whole lot of. Let me get out of here. Now DigiBuy, it breaks below this red candle.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot. There's that line that it is. If you come down,
yeah.
Well, there's maybe support right here, and then
Joe, we're spot on together with that one because okay. I'll pull up. Let me pull up my Digibyte real quick, and I mean this is almost. We're almost exact. Whoops! There's my girlfriend. Whoops. Okay, so here's my Digibyte. Okay, and I've got this thing I've got it in a bull pennant right now off this last big move that it made, or a bull flag, either way. I mean, mine looks like a pennant, yours looks like a flag, so it's basically the same thing, but I've got this 78.6 retracement that it's holding at 424, and maybe just a couple of sats below it. But if it drops that, then it's going to come down and test 409, and then eventually maybe test the bottom of that wedge. I'm just going to call it a wedge because it could be a pennant or a flag. But it could actually drop a little bit below 400 before it finally makes that move to the upside. So that's just kind of what I see. But anyway, I got yours back up, and you're good to go.
Okay, yeah, I switched it up. It's a lot of people were following that ox. That's what I call it anyway.
Ox, yeah.
So, I mean, it took off. Okay, great. The other day, when everything was breaking out, it broke out and it closed above the previous day candle. That's what you want. Great. Then today, it was green all the way up to here. I mean, it was like it was going to be above this dotted line, which was resistance. And if we got in a close there, over the next day or two, we should have been testing, the previous highs and all.
Right.
So, anyway, I don't know market pulled back. When Bitcoin started pulling back, it's everything else. But this was the leader, really, over the last 24, 48 hours.
Absolutely it was. Yeah, it's been holding up really well. Really well.
And, yeah, ADX, it's still strat. I think I put the, see, it's even, well, I mean, I don't know if there's anybody in there that wants to take a look at a specific coin, because I'm just kind of throwing some out there that I'm
yeah, absolutely.
Keep an eye on.
So Corey posted, he said, y'all think we're going to be trading on the pink sheets if we bottom old penny coins, laughing out loud. So,
yeah, I know what he's saying.
You're right.
That's
yeah,
old school.
that's
Yeah,
old school
pink
stuff right there. No, it's not going to be
Yeah.
pink sheets. Now, I will say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to put it out there on the record, is that eventually 90% of these altcoins are going to go away. I truly believe that. I think it's going to eventually condense down to just the major play. I mean, I don't know, the 10 or 15% that's left. Yeah, those will be worth, who knows. But right now, I think this is and I could be totally wrong about that. I mean, this could be like the early stages of like back in the NASDAQ when it first started. I mean, it's
Right.
it's just, we'll see where it goes. It's going to be choppy, guys. It's going to be choppy.
Hey, we're going to do some live trading right here, man. Check this out. While you were talking, I don't know if
Yeah.
they can see my chart. We're talking about that ascending wedge.
Oh, yeah.
Bear flag.
Yep.
Right. What's that going on? I mean, that better get back up here. We're going to drop further through. See what I'm saying? We're already dropping now. And what were the indicators? We couldn't get over that 50. We couldn't get over that 50, and it was going up. Well, we just have to kind of know it from experience. You can just look at it. Like Jay and I have been doing this long enough, we can just look at it and kind of tell, okay, that just doesn't feel good, doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just,
Exactly right. Yep.
and then when you start throwing some lines on there, then you can see, and that's what we're doing right there. And then if you don't mind, let me break this down on the 10-minute chart. And what this means, every candle is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys will trade this 10-minute deal. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we probably will. I didn't want it to do that, but anyway, that's okay. I'm going to take all that off. What I'm trying to do is just show something pretty simple and easy here. So what you do when it starts falling, you see where it is now, and then you just come down. I'm just going to bring this, if you can see that blue line, I'm just going to bring it down and see where the next support is, and really maybe a little bit right here because of this area over there. But it could come down and touch that 115 again, 115.50, like we did today. Now this one came down and I think it hit 115 perfectly today. And I think we posted that up on Twitter that next support was 115 and Bitcoin is 172. But I'm going to use this 10-minute chart as an example, as if it were a daily chart. In other words, each candle is a daily candle. And the reason why I'm doing that is, we're trying to show people indicators, the candles and things that say, hey, something's going on, something doesn't look right. And say this was a whole day's trading and it ended up like this. Well, that's not good. People sold off and then it ended up kind of neutral, really to bearish. And you could say it was somewhat neutral because it was green in there, even though people sold off. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
And then see how it's drifted lower, and then of course right now it hit that little support area there where all this vibration was right here. It's hit that and bounced up, but I don't know if it'll be strong enough to hold it. But anyway, that's kind of my 2 satoshis on that.
Sure.
Even though these are 10-minute candles, since we're right here, right now, this, I just thought that'd be a good example for people looking at daily candles. If you see something like that, that's what, that's what you're going to be looking at as far as a fade away.
Right.
And stuff. And then we'll, if you want to do some and, some other charts, or if people had any requests, I know we're not disc jockeys, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we've got some people kind of fluctuating back and forth. We got some in and outers.
Okay.
So we've got some people coming and going, and right now we got kind of a light audience. And I think probably we should have put that out a little sooner for people so they could prepare. I mean, it's kind of hard to just throw out a 30-minute notice and everybody's ready to go, so maybe in the future we'll do something a little, put it out a day in advance, to give them notice,
Then also we had this wedge up here, just pretend like these are dailies or hourlies or whatever, and then it came to the end and then broke down. Then you had this, big drop off. So what I'm getting at, once people are familiar with these charts and they can start, throwing a line or two up here, that's greatly helpful, down the road, especially if this is a daily chart. I mean, can you imagine if this is a whole day of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
So anyway, and then we'll see, I'll keep an eye on this next couple hours and see if it comes down here to retest that 115.50 area.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. It was something else. Just talk about the micro part of all of this. There's been a lot of good news. I mean, I'm not trying to pump anything or anything, but there's been a lot of positive stuff coming out.
Absolutely.
And last year at this time, positive news at all. I mean, you could guarantee it was a nice rally, in the market. It really pumped it, and I don't, I just.
Hey, Joe.
World. Yeah.
Real quick, Corey says, so y'all are holding LTC regardless of price, and well, I mean, I've got Litecoin. I've got Litecoin in an account as a long-term hold. I'm not day trading it or anything like that, but Litecoin is a long-term hold for me, and I will never sell it. I mean, it's going to have to go to zero before something happens.
Yeah.
Now, I don't own like a ton of it, but I own some. Okay, so it's not. It's just one of those I want to be in just in case, because you never know, right?
Right.
So that's kind of my thoughts on that.
I thought he was talking like taking trades or whatever, because I got 2 different avenues on that, the long-term thing, and then one just to.
I mean, if we get lucky enough and Litecoin drops all the way to 50 or 4, or 100, then oh gosh, I mean, why not? Load up there, because we know the future of this whole crypto market is going to be worth a lot down the road. We just don't know when. Okay, I don't think it's going to be like a lot of people are saying, like 3 months down the road, or heck, even five months ago, I was hearing guys calling for Bitcoin at 50,000 by July. Well, we're a month away. It's got a long. It better do something pretty quick if it's going to get there to 50,000, which it's not. So. Hey, Mayor, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. One of the guys from the channel. So do you guys have any altcoins you want to look at, or do you have any questions about Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, or do you want to look like what it's doing short term, long term? Just kind of give us your questions, and we'll do the best we can.
Yeah, if we don't know the answer, we'll lie to you.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We'll give you an answer.
I'll refer you to Marius.
Yeah. Hey, we need to get in there sometime. That'd be funny.
Yeah, right.
I'm still watching this daily, this trend line right here.
Yeah.
You can see my pointer on it.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to December. So if we can get, we got above it, but we didn't confirm above it. So I think that'll be to traders and stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
We get over this long-term trend line here, and then this short one that I drug down to be more honest with it.
Yeah.
And we get up here in the really 120, in the low 120s. It'll be going. I don't see why we couldn't run up to 130, or at least where that 20 is. And then next point,
Joe, I'm sorry to interrupt. But we want to take care of the people that are asking questions. Zach Jaffrey wants to know about VenChain. VenChain, and I've heard that one before. Zach, what's the symbol on that one? Is it VNC? I think maybe. Let me here, Joe. I'm going to move your deal out of the way. I think I may have charted that one before. Let me.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay, you got it. Hang on. Yeah. Let me get your deal back over. Hang on.
Yeah, that's it on Binance. Asking if that's it on Binance.
Binance. Yeah.
That's the only one.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the only.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
VEN. That's what it was. Yeah.
Golly, where were you in December?
No doubt, right? Yeah.
Golly, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's just kind of consolidating. It's just consolidating in this area. Yeah.
Actually, hey, I'm going to steal that one. That one's actually...
I know, right? That looks pretty good.
Seriously.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Matter of fact, it looks like it's almost trading step for step with Litecoin.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to put, hold on, let me see if I can do this. Okay, there's Litecoin under it as far as, see this up and down right here?
Yeah.
Up and down right there.
Yeah. It's almost trading sidestep with it, isn't it? Yeah, sure is.
It is. And then what I'm saying, why not be in here for, what's that? I don't even know how many, that's not even a penny yet, is it?
I don't think so.
Gee whiz. Who was that ask about it?
Yeah, that's an interesting one right there. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to hold up I'm going to keep this for the room.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's something I want.
I mean, that is like, after that move, that is like almost a perfect, like, bull flag. I mean, if you go back and look at it, that is like a bull flag. I mean, that thing, after that big move, it's just been kind of maybe a bull pennant, but it looks more like it's one of the two. It's bullish. It's just in consolidation mode. So, So Zach, depending on what your time frame is, buddy, I mean, it could be, you just gotta, I don't know, you gotta be patient with it, and I don't know are you long term on it, or are you short term? That's gonna make a difference in the charting of it.
Right. Yeah, and I'll put up, if he wants to take a screenshot of it, this is, I'd say right in here,
Well, you want to see something even funnier? I'm going to borrow your mouse for a second, but I'm going to throw on, let's do this. Let's just do a fib retracement from right there to right up here. Yeah, look what it's holding. It's holding the 61.8 retracement. I mean, let's get out the junk here. Hang on. Let's take out the 38 and the 50. And look at that. So right there, it's holding the 61.8, and then where Joe's right there in between where Joe's line is. Look at that. That's good stuff right there. That is good. You can't make this crap up, folks. I'm just telling you. Okay, you can't make it up. So it's pretty good support right in here. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah. Right in there. Yeah. If it drifts down, but and actually the 20. Well, it's trading under the 50, but still your 20 is above the 50, which is a positive. You know, I mean, and then for something that only cost whatever, and it hasn't made, I don't think I've ever seen, I mean, I don't mean to be just sitting here amazed, but I kind of am.
Right.
I've never seen something, and don't want to use the word, well, just inexpensive, you know.
Yeah.
That it's held up like that. It's crazy.
Oh, it ICO'd, back in, early December at a really low price, and then it just got ran up. So there's something to it. I don't know what the technology is behind it or anything like that. You know, but obviously it must be something.
Yeah, people are holding.
People are holding. Yeah, they're not totally selling. No, because
this was not a pump and dump.
No, it was not.
Not a pump and dump.
No,
at all.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like somebody's accumulating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I just barely went. Yeah, I never on your fibs. Did it ever break like from here down here to?
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind doing that fib again.
Yeah. Check this out. Let's do it again. Let's just draw one. Let's see if we got any clusters lining up, and that'll give a. All right.
And then as you're doing that, let me.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind fixing it for me.
Oh, you want to do your? You want to set up your fibs?
Well, yeah, but we don't have to do it now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I want it set up like yours. Yeah.
Okay, so click on this. Click on fib retracement. Okay, and I'm going to do this slowly for you guys watching out there. So basically, if you've got a trading view or Coinigy, because both of them are pretty much the same, but you'll see this little spot over here, and you can hit the little arrow, and then you go down to fib retracement and click on it. Now, what you'll want to do too is look at this little magnet right here. That'll help you click on the wick, right? It'll click right to it. So if I click on that, and now that's highlighted, I'm going to go to fib retracement, and then I'm going to that looks like the low right there, and it's probably not going to be just exactly perfect, but I'll click on it, and then I'll draw it up here to the high, the all-time high, and it'll click right on it. And then right-click where the circle is, okay, and then do format, and then I'm gonna move that out of the way, and so now I can see over here to the right, okay, and if I start punching in some fibs, like there's the 50, and look at that. How perfect is that? Look at that. We got a cluster. We got a cluster. Yeah, we got. Oh yeah. Yeah, you see the cluster? You got the 50. You got the 50 and the 61.8 right on top of each other. Okay, so now let's do this, and I'm just curious about this one. Okay, so I did a retracement from here to here. Now let's see what happens if I do one from here to there. And I would almost bet, just eyeballing it, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to almost bet that the 78.6 lines up right there. Let's just see. I could be wrong. It may have already passed it. Yeah, no, it hasn't even made it there yet, has it? Okay, so I'm going to do... Oh, gosh, you got the... All right, so let's do this. Take the 50 out and take that out. Okay. And, yeah, it's already broke the... It's already broke the 78.6, which is not a big deal. And then you can throw in a 161.8. But look at this. This is good stuff. Scroll it out a little bit. You got the 61.8 and the 50 right almost on top of each other from different areas. And look at that. I mean, it's holding up like a champ. I mean, that's good support. That's good support. Yeah. That is really good support. So, Vin. Okay, so, wow, Joe, we got Vin. It's looking good.
I'm telling you, we're just the people. They're breaking up good stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, that'll work. That'll work.
Oh, yeah. And then and just in case, Zach, let's just say that it does break that area right there, then you got Joe's support underneath it, which also coincides right over here, which looks really good. Now, the one thing I will tell you that you have to watch out for is right here. Those moving averages.
Yeah, good note. Yeah.
If it needs to get above those, okay, and sustain a move. But if we was to take this, and this is a 1 hour chart.
No, it's a daily.
Oh, is that a daily? Okay, daily.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'll bet you if you took this out to like a 1 hour, that would almost probably look like a bull flag, I would bet. Almost.
Oh.
Yeah.
The weekly's not bad. Look at that. It's just hanging up here.
Oh, yeah.
It came down and then touch this again.
Mm-hmm.
So if it holds right here,
oh, yeah,
blows through, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's off to the races. Yeah, it'll be off to the races.
Man, for a few $100s, you just bought a car cash.
No doubt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. So, so that's Zach. Hopefully that helped you. Let's move on to...
Yeah, it helped me.
Yeah, right? No doubt. Let's see. So Corey's asking... He said, okay, now for the serious question. Have y'all heard of Homecoin? ICO, is it a scam?
Homecoin? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Corey, I haven't heard of it, so if Joe knows something about it, I'll let him comment on it, but I don't know anything about it.
No, I don't know anything about it. I just had heard, that just stuck in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll be honest with you, the main ones that I kind of sort of know about and have the charts up and stuff, just the big three, and then Digibyte, ADA, just the normal OMG, Quantum, ADX,
Mm-hmm.
ADX, for the pay deal.
Right.
Pillar, and then I was in Salt way back when it was like that was one of the ones that really, really did well, and I was able to slip out of before it, did other things. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so these things work, but those altcoins, what we used to call, penny stock things, but yeah, you got to be able to read the chart on them, and then as soon as you see even smell weakness, you better be getting out of it.
Absolutely. So, we've got so that's about Homecoin. Joe, we've got Mayor asking about OMG.
Oh yeah.
And he wants to know about the short term OMG.
I was going to the moon.
Let's go with it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was channeling Maurice, No, in all seriousness, it's down here on this support. See, it hit it and held, it came down, or
Joe, when you're done, I'm gonna do a fib on it on your chart and just kind of see if things line up. Yeah.
Okay. And it closed barely, but it did close yesterday's candle, the previous day's candle. So anyway, that was a positive. Then today, it did drift down a little bit more. You know, the top 25% of it or less, maybe 15% of the candle. And then right now, you know, it's just kind of sitting here, obviously. But if we stay, you know, higher than this low from today, let's say, like right here, this 980, you know, 990, yeah, it should be good to go. It just has to work itself so it build up, you know, support there, and then maybe take off. Now that 20's coming down. Yeah, it's going to put a little sell pressure on it. But if it can get, you know, sideways consolidation, build a base, and then maybe by then that 20 will come down far enough to converge, and it can jump over it, and then the next would be that 50 right there, I'd say, right in here. By that time, the 50 might be down here to 12. So you could get maybe a $3 run out of it.
Well, I kind of, you know, I totally agree. And here's something else to kind of look at. I mean, oh, there you go. Look at this.
Yeah.
You got this big choppy pattern right here. But let's go do something like this. Let's just go throw on a fib real quick from that low to that high. Okay, and then let's do a format. And yeah, it broke the 78.6. And let's see, 127.2. So it broke that. Yeah, man. That doesn't look right, though. That doesn't look right. That 78.6 looked like it was kind of high. Yeah, it did. And it can't get back through it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's still a good indicator. Once it does, that will give you hope it'll come back up and hit 12.
Yeah.
And if it gets over that, it will hit 12 easy.
Right.
Because that's just a natural resistance level anyway, that 20, and then for that purple dash, as you can see.
Oh, it looks like, look at this. It looks like VEN in a way.
Yeah.
Right? You had the ICO back here, and then it just kind of has been chopping around in that support area. Yeah. Oops. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Joe. I hit the wrong button. My bad.
You're all right.
But look at that. Looks like VEN. But, but I think,
Go ahead.
yeah, so he wanted short term, okay, not daily. So I'll let you take over and let you go to the short term on it. So he's probably looking like a 4-hour or a 2-hour or an hourly. Yeah.
Yeah, let me. Sometimes I can be. As you can see that green line. You know, the red line's a 20, and you really want it on top of the green line and moving up the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But on the green line at 50, it's held low here, couldn't get above it here, and then recently it couldn't get above it here. So honestly, if you're not already there, I mean, this is the way I would do it. I'd wait till it cleared, 1080, maybe even 11, and maybe take a dive then, unless it trails. If it goes sideways, like we've been talking about after that, these moving areas will converge together almost lick for lick with it, I think it's pretty good. Because if they're not, they're generally dumping a lot worse. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's just a handful. I don't even think it's a handful. It might be one or two. That Theta coin. I don't know, people. If you travel on certain loops on the interwebs regarding cryptos, you know about Theta coin. I think that's it right there. That's not it. But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Theta.
Mm-hmm.
And it was up 30-40% today. You know, somebody knows that. I would imagine it was, well, that's Theta. But I'm trying to think where else it might be. Theta token, Binance. Let me try to, let's see. I don't know, that's, golly, that's a daily, no, that's not right. You know what, it would just move to Binance. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It would just move, and then it went to Binance, and it said it had a 30% day, which looks like it did. See, this is today, that big green candle. But it was on some other, because I've looked at it before, it was on another, anyway, it's been on another exchange out there. But anyway, I just was trying to, you know, show you, you know, an example of one that wasn't, you know, trading like some of these, well, see, I mean, that's massive volume right there.
Yeah.
Accumulation, selling. I mean, it's just a little bit of everything. That's a major war going on right here. That was Ox. We did that. ADA. Trying to think it's something quantum.
Hey, Joe, real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
But Litecoin Vegeta wants to know about Verigen. Verigen. Verigen? Vegeta, what, I don't know this. What's the symbol on that, buddy?
You talking about Vertcoin?
Vertcoin? Is that what he's talking about?
Verigen, I don't know.
Not sure if he's still in channel or not. Let's see. And I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Vegeta? You know, is it Litecoin Vegeta? Vegeta? Okay, maybe he'll post the... oh, wait, here we go. He said he got in Theta at 50 cents way before... Yeah, once before... Let's see, 50 cents way before JSNIP4 brought it up on the channel. So,
oh, really? Yeah, he's talking about JSNIP4. Yeah, was talking about it. That lady had visualized it or whatever.
Okay, so you know what symbol he's talking about? Because I don't know what the symbol is. I don't. Vegeta, what's the symbol? Like, to look up a chart, what's the symbol on it? Oh, there you go. You can just type it in, probably. Yeah, there's Litecoin.
Yeah, you can see right here. It's just blowing up.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we all know what happens after parabolic moves, right? I don't think we have to tell anybody about that. So, if you're in, scale out. just start scaling out, okay? Don't wait for like the moon. Just start scaling out.
I knew I had it.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. That's a beautiful uptrending chart right there. That is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's crazy.
That's the epitome of a bull market right there. That is like a bull stock, bull market right there.
Yeah, that thing's no joke. Grandpa, I don't even know how you would. Let me see something. See how it's kind of flattening out?
Oh, here we go. Veritasium?
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, what's his name? Richard, Militant, Richard, Reggie Militant. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I don't know if I would be ready to be taking some profits here on this thing if you were in it. See, just going sideways, and right now there's a lot of people fighting back and forth. And then, hold on, let me get that. Let's see if I can get a better one here. Veritasium, Bitcoin. Let me see if I can get a better. Yeah, Binance, that's pretty good. There's just not a lot of trading action on it. I mean, who am I thinking of? It's weird. If y'all familiar with him on YouTube and Road to Ruta, he's huge on Veritasium. That's after Litecoin is probably his favorite one, and Richie Middleton. I think he's the Charlie Lee of Veritasium, and anyway, I don't know. It's just hard to say right now. I mean, it was like kind of a.
Is that a daily chart?
Yeah, that'll. Okay.
So that's a daily chart right there, Joe.
Right.
Okay, so
yeah, all this is
yeah. What? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, if it comes down to this bottom here again,
yeah,
that might be a little, just an automatic rally, just because why isn't that working? Okay, that's weird. Okay, let me take that out. Yeah, if it drops down to here, yeah, you should get a bounce off of it. Just for the simple result of consolidation, that support right there. That's probably where it's headed, really. If not, then you're going to probably retest the lows. I'd hate to say it'd go back there because it's a heck of a technology and, got a real strong, tech guy, marketing guy behind it. Yeah, this thing should be, 100 times more than what it is, really.
I'm curious. I'm gonna now that you got it, I want to look at it. I'm gonna take your mouse real quick. I'm just curious about something. All right, so let's just do a fib on it. Is that magnet? Oh, that magnet's not on. There we go.
Yeah,
okay. That'll help. Let's see. So let's try this again. Okay, so retracement from there to there. And then let's take out the 127.2 and the 78.6. All right, so there's that. There's one. And then let's go from here to here. And then let's format that. And let's just see where this lines up. Yeah, it's already past 78.6. Okay. So let's cancel that and let's just take that out for now. Well, no, let's don't. Hang on. I wonder where that 127.2, it's down there. Okay. And I'll take that out. Okay, so from that bottom to this high, you can see it's close to that 161.8 retracement where it's trying to bottom out. So that's an area to watch. Okay, I'll take it out. That's an area to watch. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Could get there. Could get there for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back and see what old Bitcoin is doing right now.
Oh yeah, take a look.
Yeah, just kind of grinding. See them at 10. Yeah, we went up. It's dropped off.
I kind of like that though. It's holding the. Yeah, it was holding that short-term moving average on that with that previous chart you had up. Yeah, and this one here too.
10 minute.
Yeah, it just got back above it, and now it's trying to hold it.
Yeah, we talk about that. This is the 20, the red line, and the bottom one is the 50, and it crossed over. And yeah, you generally start on these like 10 minute, then you go to the 1 hour, and you hope it does it on the 1 hour, and then that should later make it completed on the. See how they're more further apart on the 4 hour. So anyway, it's all got to start somewhere. So as you can see, we're right here, still underneath. That resistance still. We just, man, if we just get over that. I'm just saying that 7,400. That's got to be it.
Well, look at the moving averages here, because yeah, right there. I mean, and I'll just take your mouse real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got it. There we go. I think I had it.
Go ahead.
There we go. Okay, so they're converging right here, right?
Yeah.
They're all starting to converge, and if we get a move up above this right here, 7,500, then these things are all going to start trying to. Well, first of all, you're going to get that moving average. Is that the 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get the 50 flattening out a little bit. And then the smaller ones are going to drive it higher. That's why I always talk about the smaller moving averages, because if you can get those to turn, then you got the start of something, right?
Yeah.
So you got the start of something, and then you can take on the bigger moving averages. So if we can get that little, just hang on to this area right here, and then let this come down, and then you can turn everything around, and then there's your uptrend. So, and you get the moving averages going in your direction, and then you just start playing it based on those. If it breaks a certain moving average, you get out. And
yeah, this is what you're talking about. Yeah, kind of like this, where everything was underneath.
Yes.
It was kind of a bad situation. And
Yeah.
they started to converge, it broke up, tested it, and then ran. And if it weren't for whatever reason, see, they were getting the cross at 50, but instead they just, obviously looped back down and got in reverse order.
It couldn't hold the retest.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been pointing out is when these things start to turn, watch for the retest. And if that retest fails, then it's a bull trap and you got to get the heck out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, right now we're still in kind of danger zone. I almost gave the red alert last night for shorts, and I didn't, because I was sitting there watching the 20-day moving average. I think it was on the 4-hour chart. I can't remember which one it was. And if it would have got above that and got a candle close above it, I'll promise you this thing would have been a lot higher than where it was right now, but it couldn't do it, and that's why I kind of held off. I mean, now bears are still in my opinion, bears are still in a yellow alert right now because this is like danger zone. So this thing could, out of nowhere, just pop up a big green candle and light them up. So, you know, and that bullish engulfing right there is the thing. See,
right here. Yeah.
When I saw the bullish engulfing, I knew, I was like, okay, so there you go. That's your turning point. Now, if you can hang on, it's going to retrace a little bit. You just got to expect it, but you've got to be able to hold it and maybe put in some sort of bull flag or some, you know, some sort of pattern.
And even a pullback,
even halfway.
Within this area, 1, 2, and then the third one up. That would be Thursday, and then Friday. Have a run. So if we get a run, I'm going to say it's going to be either Friday or Saturday. So I think the next day, Friday. This is tomorrow's candle or Thursday's candle right here.
Yeah.
And then if they say tomorrow night it closes out, right down here.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario. I mean, it could close up. Let's just say worst case scenario is down here. That's still bullish, and that's the perfect little higher low.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you made a high, a higher high, and then a higher low.
Yes.
And then Friday is going to be just exploding out of here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do this just real quick. I'm gonna throw over. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go over to my Bitcoin. I just want to look at it on mine real quick. Okay, and so I'll tell you what I do love right now, and it's bullish, is this bounce off the 61.8. That's in my mind, that's a fairly bullish move, that it didn't get all the way to the 78.6. So the 61.8 is a nice little bounce area, and you can see, look at this, the blue line. That's the 20-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. And if it can get above that, okay, if it can clear right here, there's no doubt in my mind that I think it's going to take out that 50-day moving average. But it could take a few hours. I mean, it's not going to go there right now, but it could take it out, and it's the same on Litecoin. Litecoin right now, Litecoin's actually... Yeah, it's trying to test it and failing the 20-day moving average. So, oh, goodness. We'll see what happens, man. It's kind of dicey right now. So anybody that's wanting to try to just, play this and gamble, I wouldn't, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Just wait until it crosses and gets these smaller moving averages above. Okay, and you still got this downtrend line right here that's still blocking everything. It needs to get out of that. We need to break. We need to get above 123. I think if it gets above 123, then you would have a pretty nice little run coming. But let's clear these smaller moving averages first, because that's what's driving the price. I mean, it's almost like people are day trading this thing. It has that feel to it, like people are just day trading. Etherium, 4-hour chart. Now that's looking a lot better, okay, but it still has to get above that 50-day moving average. But that's a nice little reversal pattern off the 61.8. That's a nice little reversal pattern, and it's trying to confirm there's still 2 hours left, or a little over 2 hours on this candle to close, but who knows? It could get up here and test that 592 area again. So anyway, that's I didn't even look at the daily charts. So I haven't pulled up a daily to see what those look like. Let's look at Bitcoin just real quick. Yeah, and so see on the daily chart, okay, we got that 10-day EMA that is just, it's driving price down. You know, stochastic RSI is trying to make a move, but the 10 EMA is driving price down. So, like Joe had on his chart, this, I think he had 7,200 or 7,250, Joe?
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's where I've got the 61.8, so it lines up. You know, so you got to get past that to be able to tackle the 20-day moving average, which would come in, you know, if it was to break this 10 EMA, then you would expect it to come up here and break the 78.6, and then I got a fib cluster at 77.54, it looks like. And that's where you would expect maybe in the next day or two, that's where the 20-day moving average would be. So we've got some hurdles to climb, okay? I don't think it's going to happen overnight. And I'm going to move, let's see, hang on here, Joe. I'm going to move your chart back over. There we go. Like that. Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I was just sneaking a look at Litecoin and seeing we got, I don't know, that 50, we don't watch out that 50 is going to cross up through this 20. You know, it's not a death cross anyway. It's not a good cross, what I'm saying. I'd rather see the other happen.
Hey Joe, check this out. So in the channel, Anderson Severand 7 says they have been smothering BTC all afternoon with larger bids that come and go.
Wow. See, I wonder if what exchange, was it GDAX, like Coinbase, or...
I'm not sure. Yeah, Anderson, where did you see that happening at? What exchange were you looking at? Because during the day I can't watch it, so I don't know what's going on.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know if they were just... See, now you're going to get me off on a tangent, okay?
Bring it on. Come on. Go after it, brother. You got it.
If we were really trading pure Bitcoin, pure Litecoin, pure Ethereum, what I mean by pure, the actual token, you know, coins, basically give that coin to the buyer, to the seller, you know, or a hundredth of it or a tenth of it or whatever, you know what I'm saying. If you were using the real, for lack of any other term, commodity, these prices would be astronomical now because of the volume. What they're doing, they're hypothecating all of these coins on almost all of these exchanges. I'd say probably all of these exchanges. In other words, they're trading coins they don't have. It's just made up. It's just, I guess, ones and zeros, X's and O's. It's just, so what I'm getting at, an exchange can sit there, and that's why the judicial department is all over this. I guess they've been having complaints about some big money people, because that's the only people that are going to get the judicial departments. Or, hey, better yet, they're having some complaints about some senators and congressmen and people, you know, sitting around the White House at night. You know what I mean? To get, you know, it goes, if I call up there or you call, or, you know, the regular citizens, we're not going to get any, you know, action like that. And what's happening is that I'm not saying this for the record that they're doing it. I'm just saying, like Coinbase, they could have a computer or a bot or whatever over there, and they can generate as many Litecoin as they want. They can generate, just like the Fed prints up as many dollars per day as they want to inflate the dollar. Or, you know, water in the Kool-Aid and dilute it. Mm-hmm. So I can totally see them, since they're not dealing with the real coin, which I think defeats the whole purpose. I mean, why are we even in cryptos if we're not using the actual real coin Now, yeah, you can get your coins on there. That's no problem. But they have to go off, and buy it somewhere else, or they've been, if they were smart, they've been porting these things, But at some point in time, with all the exchanges out there trading, somewhere just in the hundreds of thousands of, of, let's say, fiat dollars or whatever per day. But, there's a lot that are in the millions. And there's not enough coins for that amount of volume, if that makes sense. So they have to be, scamming the public. And then if some guy actually wants to pull his off the exchange, then yeah, they got to, reach in the back pocket and pull one out or whatever. Or with, GDAX or Coinbase, to put it on your, Man OS or whatever. Sometimes a day takes 48 hours, for them to get it to you, for you to do that. But anyway, I'm just saying that's, if everybody pulled them off, I don't know what would happen if all of a sudden one day everybody decided to pull all their coins off the exchanges. That would cause chaos.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it would.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a very crazy day. And that's another thing. What if, we're hearing, well, not rumors, they're facts. Every day the European bank's getting weaker, and, Italy, I think today, Italy was down in their banking, and JP Morgan and everybody else is taking a hit.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday they all got hammered. And here's the thing, is that the rumor is that, Deutsche Bank is about to go under. That's the rumor.
Yeah. That's it.
And
that's it.
If that happens, it's almost kind of like a Lehman Brothers here in the United States. But the problem is that right now you've got the European Central Bank that is just, they've seen this before, and they almost kind of know how to handle it before it happens. But at the same time, where does it end? It's almost like the central banks are buying up all the assets, and before too long, the central banks own everything. That's what scares me. That's the problem, is that I don't want to see the central banks owning anything. They're not a... In fact, the central bank is not even a part of the government. It's a privately held organization. It's not part of the government.
Federal Reserve.
Yeah, like the Federal Reserve. That's not a government. Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go stand on their property because it's and picket because it's private property. They'll let you know about it too.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories or anything like that, but because
he was talking about the exchanges. Nothing surprises me about those exchanges right now. Of course, if Bitcoin was $20,000 and Litecoin was $5,000 right now, I could care less what the exchanges were doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
But when it's hit me in, my pocket, then, I care then, like everybody else. So,
oh, yeah.
Y'all can be as corrupt as you want to, as long as you're letting the little guys take a little money. I could care less, You start hitting me in the pocket, then we got to talk. But anyway, well, I'm about ready to wrap it up with you.
Yeah. Let's we'll wrap it up for tonight, and we'll get back after it maybe in a couple of days. Guys, this isn't going to be like a every night thing because we all have family and we've got stuff that we do, but we're going to try to do this like maybe twice a week, and maybe 3 times if we're available. But we'll try to come up with a heads up and let you guys know further in advance when we're going to do something like this.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because we had a decent audience tonight, but I think unless you let people know in advance they can't prepare. So we'll be more prepared, and we'll go from there. But Joe, you got anything you want to end anything with, or do you just you got any final thoughts?
Oh, I just want to tell people I appreciate people, you know, coming on here and listening to us kind of ramble on, and hopefully, you know, we're helping someone somewhere, or hopefully everybody, you know, kind of see things a little bit more clear. And I'm sure Jared will agree with me that it kind of makes us accountable too. You know,
it does.
I'll be honest, I've upped my game tremendously just because of accountability, just putting stuff up on Twitter and stuff. Because you kind of halfway have to know your stuff, or people will call you out on it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing, is you don't want to let them down. I mean, anybody with a Twitter account can go on there and say, "Oh, we're going to 50,000 and it's going to get there next month." Well, when you start really delving into the charts and you're looking at it closer and you're getting realistic about it, you're like, okay, that's not going to happen. So, you know, so we're just going to try to help you guys make money and try not to lose money, and at the same time try to teach you guys how to do things. And what I'll be doing in the future, I'm going to be posting some stuff on YouTube about how to do retracements and Fibonacci and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that before my real job gets a lot busier, which it will be starting in August. But I'm going to try to do that before that happens. But anyway, I mean, Joe, this has been awesome, man. I think we're, you know, we're making a, you know, pretty good dent in this thing, and hopefully at some point we'll get 100 people in the room and asking questions and, you know, all that. So we're just kind of building this thing and starting from scratch, guys. But we sure appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, exactly. And I think tonight was good because, you know, we're coming off a big day the other day and then kind of sell off today, and, you know, people are kind of going, hey, you know, what are your thoughts on where we're going, where we might be? So, yeah, I think all of us needed tonight to kind of, you know, wrap our heads around this, the TA part anyway.
Well, and put it in perspective, you know, that, you know, we're not scared, guys. We're not scared to, I mean, there's a lot of people that can make calls and then disappear for a few days when it doesn't go their way. But if we're wrong, and we're gonna say we're wrong. Okay, we're not gonna hide. We're not gonna go away. We're gonna come out and if we have to go live, we'll go live and say, hey, we're wrong. But we're gonna call it like we see it, as chartists. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and pump something and then let you guys go buy everything and then we're gone. And then if it goes the wrong way, you kind of know what I'm saying. I mean, we're gonna do you right. We're not gonna gyp you or anything like that. We just we want everybody to be able to make some money and hopefully get knowledge off what we know. Okay.
Yeah, the same stuff transfers to the S&P 500. I mean, you're going to be able to go, if you can do it in cryptos, you can do it about anywhere, because the other stuff, majority of the time is not as volatile. So I'm talking about the regular stock market. So
yeah.
You know.
Well, and with that said, I mean, before I know, Joe, I know you said you could only do about an hour tonight, so I know you got to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick around for a little bit just in case anybody wants to look at some charts.
Yeah. Okay.
But Joe, I appreciate you coming in tonight.
Oh, yeah,
and again, like I said last time, I'm sure once you leave, everybody else is going to leave. So hopefully not. But I'm going to stick around and I'll do some chart requests for anybody that has them. So. But anyway, Joe, appreciate you coming in tonight, buddy.
I appreciate you, man.
All right.
We'll see you.
Okay, have a good one, Joe. All right, bye-bye. Okay, guys, that was Joe Marshall. Sure appreciate him coming in tonight and sharing his thoughts. He knows what he's doing, guys. He knows what he's doing. So, So anyway, what does anybody have anything they want to look at chart wise? Throw it out there. I'll take a look at it. Any charts, or I'll just kind of ramble on myself. I'll just pull up Bitcoin real quick. Daily chart still got the 10 EMA kind of knocking things down. And I'm going to get my highlighter up so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Everybody see my mouse highlighter? Okay. Anybody have any charts they want to look at or any coins? Forgive the cat in the background crying. Ethereum still looking like it wants to try to make a move. Let's see how it holds up. It's got to get past the smaller moving averages. Been pointing that out. Looks like it's trying to get above the 20. It still has to get above this 10 EMA. It's kind of driving things. Let's see. Anderson. Seems like the top coins are all somewhat trading together right now. Yeah, they are. And I put that on my Twitter account. All three of them. Yeah, I wish I had the secret. If I had the secret, I'd be a millionaire. I would be on an island somewhere right now, promise you. But I don't, so I'm here doing charts, which I don't mind one bit, because I love doing it. All right, so let's go look at, I'm just going to throw up a few. Does anybody have any coins they want to look at or any questions? DGB. Okay, yeah, not a problem. Let's look at it. So we talked about this. Here's kind of the deal is that DGB, and this is a 4-hour chart, okay? And I've been posting this for a while, but this trend line up here in the white, and this goes back a ways, okay? If I was to scroll out, it goes back a long ways, okay? And that is major, major resistance. Once it breaks that, clearly, candle close above it, not a wick, okay? Candle close above, then it's going to take off and make the next move, okay? So where it's at right now is it's basically in this consolidation pattern, which is not bad. I mean, because when we scroll out, it made a nice move from, what, 238 up here to, what, 531. I mean, that is a huge move, okay? So you can't blame it for wanting to consolidate after such a huge move. That's not a pump and dump. Pump and dumps will go up and then they will crash right back down. This one here made a bottom, put in the move, and now it's just kind of going sideways to down a little bit, consolidating. And I posted this also, is that if you go back here and look at it, this is a cup and handle pattern. Now the handle is taking a little longer to play out, in my opinion, but it's still valid. You had this nice rounding bottom pattern, and it's hooking up, and now you got a handle. Okay? So that's my view of it. It could stay in this for, oh heck, for all I know, it could be middle of next month. I'm long-term Digibyte, so I'm doing daily charts on it just because I know a lot of people are watching it daily, but I don't. I'll do the charts on it, but to me, it's a long-term play. This one is one that I'll hold forever. It's like Litecoin. I'm going to hold it and stick with it. It's not like I own, a bunch of it, but I've got enough that I'll be okay if it goes up. But I won't be totally hurt if it doesn't. So does that help? I'll throw on a daily chart of DGB. And there you will see the long-term trend line from back here. Okay? Good news on the daily chart is that stochastic RSI is down at the bottom, down here, and it's trying to hook up. To be honest with you, I posted this a while back too, and this is where I was wrong. I did something like this. And most times it would have worked. But right here, I think I had like a coiling pattern on the stochastic RSI. And I really thought once the stochastic RSI broke above that, I thought it was going to get past that trend line, and it didn't. Okay, so I was wrong. And now it's tried to get up, now it's coming back down, and it's just kind of consolidating right in here. So at some point, this little pattern right in here, something's got to give. Something's got to give. So is it going to come back down here and test the bottom of the wedge? Or is it going to just break through here? That part I don't know. Anybody else got any charts they want to look at? Oh yeah, right? Well, you're seeing people sell real estate for Bitcoin, and that's been going on actually for a little longer. It's just a matter of time, guys. Now price obviously could go lower, but you're seeing more and more people take Bitcoin. And I saw an article, Chris Dunn, who I consider like one of the lead guys in crypto. He's been all over this thing since day one. But he posted that, and I think it was CNBC that may have reported this, and I don't trust them a lot, but there was an article that said that you see a lot of these big banks, people that work for them, like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, you name it. They're all leaving those banks and they're starting up their own cryptocurrency funds or, you know, trading areas. These guys know what's going on. They're not stupid, and they're getting in early, you know. And Bitcoin had its big bounce up to 20,000, and that's where, you know, very, very early people got in. But that's not the end of it, guys. I mean, we're going through a correction phase, and it's in a bear market. There's no doubt about it. But at some point, it's going to break out of this bear market, and it's going to start going back up. But from where is the question? We can't predict that. I mean, for all I know, tomorrow we could get some news that big investment funds have come in. They've started buying, and then everybody's going to hear about it, and it goes crazy. That could happen. I don't know. I can't predict the future. And then I saw something about China's president. He came out and said that blockchain is the future. So when he says that kind of gives bulls hope, but they still need to open up their markets to it, right? Just because he says it's great, that's one thing, but it's like open up the China market to blockchain, you know, and you know, where people can trade Bitcoin and Litecoin, and that's a huge market. You want to see a spike. If China was to lift their bans on trading Bitcoin or whatever, you want to talk about a move? That would be your catalyst right there. Yeah, Corey, I totally agree. I think, you know, now whether it's big banks that are doing it, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, I think they're playing around with it, and they're getting their bags full. But those guys have all the money in the world. So a 1,000 point move to the downside is not going to hurt them, right? Yeah, Marius, give me a break. Yeah, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I know he's a nice guy, and I don't mean to rip him. I really don't. But his calls have been wrong. Okay, they've been wrong. And God help the people that listen to the hype. Okay, I hate that hyping crap. I don't calling for a price to go to here or there and whatever time frame. That's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the guy collected all this money for bad calls and didn't give anybody any advice that was worth listening to, in my opinion. I'm sorry. That's just my view. I mean, if you want to help somebody, show them, teach them, talk about it. Don't sit there and say, oh, it's, you know, this phase or that phase and it's going to 20,000. Come on, man. That's just getting people hurt, man. That's wrong. Anderson, what do I make of us coming to the end of a big wedge on the daily? Are you talking about DGB again? Or are you talking about which one? Bitcoin? Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so Litecoin, I'm drawing this right here, is that, you know, on the stochastic RSI, you can draw trend lines on indicators as well. Okay, they work most of the time. But drawing this one here, you got a bottom here, it's testing here, so I draw a trend line. So what am I expecting? It could possibly come down and hit right here, and then go back up again. This whole move, and I posted this last night, is that when I saw the stochastic RSI get up here really quickly, then I knew we were going to get a pullback, okay? And I was watching to see where the pullback would come down to. Seeing that it's bouncing off the 61.8 is a good sign, okay? But the 78.6 would not be bad as well. I don't want to see it get there, obviously. I'd rather it bounce right now, but it could still get down to the 78.6. I don't want to see it go below that, okay? If it goes down below the 78.6, then we're coming down here. We're coming down to the 108 area right there, okay? And the bottom of this trend line. So it's all about watching it, you know, and seeing what your risk is, what you're wanting to. If you're long term, then fine. We'll go look at daily charts and we can figure it out from there. I think it's going to be fine. And I think me and Joe were talking about it privately before everybody got on. But I'm not going to call this. But if, let's just say Bitcoin holds the 61.8 and it just goes sideways for a couple of days, then guess what you possibly have? You possibly have an inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder here, head here, and then another shoulder over here. And then you got your neckline, and I'm not drawing it right now because it's not there yet, but you could draw a neckline from here to here, and then if it breaks that, then you're going to get a massive move. Just my opinion. But let's see what happens the next day. I mean, let's see what happens tomorrow, or even into maybe Saturday morning. You know, we could get over here, and then we're getting closer to the trend line right here. If we get over into this area, and if it looks like an inverted head and shoulders, then perfect. We break through that trend line, and everything works, right? So just something I'm kind of watching. It's not there yet, but you got a head right here. I don't want to see it go below the 61.8 if we're going to do an inverted head and shoulders. Don't want to see that because it equals right over here. Okay? So let's see what happens maybe tomorrow night. If we're down in here on the stochastic RSI and we're here in price, we got something to look at. And something to really consider. And that would be a very, very bullish move. So that's Litecoin on a 4-hour chart. If I go over and look at it on a daily, here's what you got. Okay? And I'm going to take out that trend line. I'll leave it there. Okay? So you had the big bullish engulfing candle, okay? Right? That green candle, it overtakes the red one. That's a strong move. Posted it last night. Here's your pullback. And everybody's starting to panic a little bit, right? Because they're looking at lower time frame charts. They're panicking. They see big red candles and, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. We're going back to the lows. Well, guess what? Look at this, and we're not so far down, right? We're only halfway. Okay, we're retracing half of that big candle. That's nothing for the people that bought in here. That's nothing for them. Now, if it gets down below this, the 78.6, that's a different story. But holding right in here, that's not a bad thing. You're correcting a big move. Okay, that's healthy. That is healthy. And then you want to hold and get above that 10 EMA. If we can get above the 10 EMA, get a candle close above it, okay? Get a candle close, not a wick, okay? That's a wick, and then it's sold off from it. Let's get a candle close above it, and then we can try to break this, okay? Break all this resistance, and possibly get back up to the 137, 140 range. Let's see, stock and RSI, but I didn't string you. Yeah, use the combo. I think the combo's awesome. I really do. I love it. I wish Thinkorswim, that's what I use for my futures charts. I wish Thinkorswim had that indicator. But there's some stuff on Thinkorswim that I wish was on Coinergy. No, I like the stochastic RSI. Yeah. Totally love the stochastic RSI. It's a combined, and it's a pretty good little gauge. Really is. And guys, if you don't mind, do me a favor. I mean, if you like what you see in here, like the channel. Just hit the like button. That would mean a lot. If I'm doing good. If you don't like it and you think I'm doing a crappy job, then hit the down. But hopefully I'm doing a good job, and you guys like what I'm doing. And see, look at this. Here's Ethereum. Okay. Zoomed in. Okay. These smaller moving averages, the 10 and the 20, needs to get above those. Want to see it get above. Get a candle close above that. Then you can sit here and take on the 50-day moving average. Okay. Do not want to see that 10 EMA, which right now it's trying to be resistance. I don't want to see that, because if it starts to just stall here and then hook down, then it's going to start making another move down. So I want to see a candle close above this right here. Okay, and I think it's probably going to be the same on Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's go to a 4-hour and see what's going on with Bitcoin there. Yeah, same thing. Bitcoin's kind of struggling with that 20-day moving average. I want to see it get above the 10. Candle close there. Take on the 50. Okay? But Bitcoin could also do the same thing. If here, I'll put this up here. I don't think Ethereum. It looked this way earlier. Yeah, Ethereum. I don't. It doesn't look right for an inverted head and shoulders. It's kind of funky looking here, so I don't know that that's going to work. But Bitcoin, looks almost like Litecoin could. If it goes sideways and chops in here, inverted head and shoulders, possibly. Very possible. Not going to call that one just yet, but it's possible. And then again, it's very possible that Bitcoin can come down here and test the trend line. Then your bets are off for an inverted head and shoulders. But if it does want to go down, then you got the 78.6 right here, makes a higher low. Then it goes up. But I would prefer we hold the 61.8. Not saying it's going to happen, but that's why we look at it day to day. Guys, anything else? Getting ready to shut it down here. If you got anything else, please let me know. I'll stick around just a couple more minutes here because I know there's a delay. Okay, guys. Appreciate you coming into the channel, and we will do this again soon. I'm going to start recording these so that you guys will be able to something to go back and look at. I think it's, if you go to the channel, it's probably there. But anyway, it's going to get better. I've got somebody that's going to be helping me try to put together and make this look a little bit more professional, and get the settings to where there's not so much a delay. So anyway, good things are coming. Bear with us. Be patient. And I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. So y'all have a good evening. I'll be around on Twitter a little bit. So if you guys have any questions, just message me there. And we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. Take care, guys.